Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Guapish, Rule 34. As always, I am your host Tanner, and today I'm joined by my super special co-host Nico.
Hot damn everybody, I can't wait to be part of another very special episode of Guapish today. This is probably going to be our most climactic episode yet. There are going to be massive changes in the continuity from this point on. I hope you're looking forward to it.
Damn. I couldn't have said it better myself. Also joining me is my slightly less extra special co-host, Jackson.
I'm currently eating popcorn, and it's very tasty.
That's cool. What flavor of popcorn is it?
No flavor.
Interesting.
Not even butter?
No.
What the fuck?
And I can't believe it's not butter. Co-host Dylan.
I'm not even going to begin to dissect what that means, but I'm here.
Now, guys, I want to open this up real quick just by, I want to read you guys a little Reddit post and get your reactions to it.
Okay.
Oh boy, we're going to be stooping down to that level, Tanner? Oh, well, why not just
right.
add in a fucking robotic voice over all these different Reddit posts and just start raking in the money, man?
You're right, we could do that, but we're not hacks, so I'll read it like a human being. So this was posted in r/relationship advice. The title is, "My husband shot 2 dogs and I don't feel the same anymore." So 2 weeks ago, I was out with my friends after a long time, and my husband was alone with our baby, 1 year old. 2 pit bulls enter the house by breaking a glass window, so husband takes our baby to the basement, locks him there, and then shoots both dogs with a shotgun. My husband had a bite on his leg and our baby was safe. I was shocked hearing this and asked why did he have to use guns? He could have just locked himself in the basement and called 911. According to him, the dogs were way too dangerous and he did it in self-defense. Anyway, the rest of it is just her being like, I can't believe this. Do I need to get a divorce or whatever? So
Women.
that's Jackson's reaction. How do you guys feel about this situation where 2 pit bulls break into this man's house, apparently breaking through a window, and he shoots them in order to defend his 1-year-old baby?
Incredibly justified.
I also feel...
Yeah, I feel like the Guapish stance by this point has already been very, fairly cemented on our opinion towards pit bulls. Let them die, man.
What if I point out that this woman says that she grew up with pit bulls and knows how sweet they can be?
I mean...
fuck her.
She's kind of retarded.
It's truly mind-boggling, because, like, I also like how her whole thing is, why didn't you stay in the basement and call 911? Do you think when the cops show up, they weren't gonna shoot the dogs?
That's a solid point. I hadn't considered that. I don't think she did either.
These dogs broke into a man's house and bit him. Like, they're not getting out of this alive.
Yeah, but at least they'd be put down humanely with a needle or something after someone captured them.
I mean, I'm assuming...
Yeah, they
that
fucking
shoot them with a
suffocate, your
shotgun.
brains
It's
blown out by a
it's
fucking
pretty
shotgun,
quick.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't think humanity has anything to do with it when you're trying to defend your 1-year-old child from dogs that are gonna kill it.
It's yeah. I'd almost say, like, he needs to divorce her for even positing that he did something wrong.
It's such a weird
Pretty
argument
fucking
for
rough.
people to be like, well, pit bulls can be really sweet dogs. It's like, yeah, they can be if you raise them right, but obviously people don't always raise these dogs right because they're like they're like bred for aggression or whatever, some shit. So, you know, if you don't strictly raise them to be the sweetest dogs, then they're not going to be. And clearly these dogs had no intention of being nice, considering A, they broke into the house, and B, chomped this dude's leg, and C, possibly could have just killed their baby, which should have been, you know, on, at least from a behavioral, like, maternal instincts level, should have been, like, protect the baby. But I don't know.
Right.
I mean, even if they're the sweetest dogs, just like one bad day can set these bad boys off, and they have the power to just fucking kill at that point,
That's
man.
true.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw the...
I think this is... Oh.
Well, no, I was just gonna reference back to, like, there was, like, a not... You posted something in one of the text channels, and it was, like, a fucking pit bull that quite almost literally made a guy bleed to death on the street. And that was a very unsettling video to watch, I must say.
Yeah, I think this is just a classic example of how, like, the whole nature versus nurture debate has clearly gone too far, where we literally discount the idea that genetics influence behavior at all, pit bulls are like, they are bred to kill. That was their purpose. That's why they were created, and that's not something you can just remove from their existence. Mm-hmm. Like, saying that you can train a pit bull to make it 0% dangerous is like saying you can train like a man to never want to fuck or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a truly preposterous situation where you're literally trying to say, like, listen, I know we have generations upon generations of us influencing this specific type of dog to be aggressive and violent, but if you just give him enough snuggles, he's never going to even think about that.
Yeah. It's like you give a man a loaded gun and you're like, look, dude, I don't care how bad things get. You're going to carry this thing with you at all times. You can never fire it, though. If you do, we're going to fucking set off a little bomb in your brain. You're going to die, okay? Don't you ever be pressured to pull that trigger, all right? Don't you ever do it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I had an encounter with a pit bull today when I was at work, actually.
Oh,
how did that go?
How was it? Did it maul you?
No, it was a friendly one. Luckily, it came out and it licked my legs, but it was one of those really beefy ones, and I don't mean fat. I mean, it was very muscular. It looked ridiculous. Frankly, it looked silly how buff it was. It didn't even make sense.
Unfortunate.
But it was just the sweetest dang old little dog, right?
Oh yeah, he's a real cutie pie, I gotta say.
Yeah, so speaking of reading, what have you all been reading lately? I know that we're a bunch of scholars here. I know that we do a fair share of that kind of stuff.
Porn.
Okay.
I read a web.
Interesting.
I read a webtoon.
Any particular porn you've been reading, Jackson?
Any I can get my eyes on.
Alright then.
That's pretty solid. How about you, Tanner?
Oh, I've been reading a couple things. I'm still making my way through the Gulag Archipelago. I'm on the 3rd volume finally, so
There you go.
hypothetically I'll be finishing that eventually. I mentioned last week I got ISOM #1. I'm almost done reading that.
Oh, there you go. Has he become ISOM yet?
He has not. He's just a guy in a hoodie still.
Damn.
Also,
probably
like
the
the plot.
last
The
page
plot
type of
is he was ISOM and then retired, and that's when we're hopping into it. We're not. It's not like an origin story.
Okay.
And then I've also been reading through All-Star Superman.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I got in a big like Superman kick like a couple days ago where I watched a bunch of video essays about why Superman is cool and shit.
Yeah, Superman is pretty sweet. I feel like people give him too much flack, for like the horrible depictions he has in films and shit.
Yeah.
Just the gross misrepresentation of his character, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's disappointing. You know what? I'll even share that video so you can watch it. I think you'd find it quite enlightening, Nico.
Oh, fantastic! Please do. As for me, I've been reading a new manga lately. Hey, I went through many trials and tribulations here. After I finished the most recent arc of One Piece, I was trying to hunt down new manga to read, but unfortunately all the ones I kept getting into they didn't sit quite right with me. I couldn't make it past a few chapters of them. Until I eventually stumbled upon this one called Alice in Borderlands, which...
Alice in Borderlands?
Yeah, it got a Netflix live-action adaptation a few years ago, and people seem to like it a decent bit. But, yeah, it's like a death game sort of thing,
That makes sense.
People show up in a mysterious world, and they have to compete in these games to live or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Pretty standard stuff, very intriguing, though. However, there's one thing I want to talk about here real quick for you guys. Recently, in one of these chapters I've been reading, there's this character who's introduced, you see. She's pretty sweet. She's this cool black woman who, really kicks ass,
Uh-huh.
And so throughout this whole, arc of the story, there'd be, flashbacks here and there about just, this random dude and his trials and tribulations back in the day. And just the entire time you're reading, it's like, who the fuck is this guy? He's not even one of the characters in the story. Why should I give a fuck about this dude? He's just some total rando. But then, it's revealed later that, as it turns out, the chick, this black chick, she's actually transgender, and she was that dude from before.
What the hell?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's built up like a big surprise, but, there's no way you were supposed to know that.
Yeah, well.
It's really funny because in the live action adaptation, it's really fucking obvious. They just shove it down your throat.
Do they? Okay, yeah. In the fucking manga, it's not obvious whatsoever. Because it would be a lot easier if it just kind of looked like a female version of him, but like he wasn't black before.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's played off in like the usual joking / insulting way that Japanese media usually portrays trans people and black people.
Not necessarily. I feel like they're pretty respectful about it. It's just like there's no way you were ever going to guess that these were both the same person, because she also talks black as well, which didn't happen before in the flashbacks.
And you're sure it's not like a weird, insulting kind of depiction?
I don't think so, no. The character seems pretty cool, so...
What do you think?
It doesn't feel insulting.
So, like, obviously when you say talk black, that means that the English translators decided to do that.
Yeah.
Do you think in the Japanese version they have some different affectation to her? Or is this like something that the translators specifically chose to do?
It's entirely possible it's all on the translators here. I'm not entirely sure, man.
Do you think the translators even realized that it was like the same characters?
They didn't realize it at first, so then like by the time they got to that point in the story, they had just already committed to it.
That's actually a fair point. Also, I doubt translators are like actually paying attention to the story. They probably just read the sentence and they're like, this would be this.
Yeah.
And then move on,
Yeah, it's entirely possible, man.
Well, that's very interesting, Nico. It's a fun story.
Thank you. I just thought you'd really like to hear about it, man.
In the adaptation, do they have a trans person play that character?
I don't think they do.
Cancel Netflix.
I don't think they do. I think it's just two different people.
Hashtag Netflix is over party.
I also watched this almost like 2 years ago, so I don't know if my memory can really be vouched for or not.
Yeah.
Where were the activists? This flew right under their noses. They only pay attention to the popular series.
Right? Like fucking Scooby-Doo, Shaggy becoming black. Who cares? I want to hear about Alice in Borderlands. Why is there no trans person in this show? Come on, Netflix.
I saw on Reddit some black people talk about Shaggy being turned black, and they made the very astute observation that Shaggy's whole deal is he's like a lazy, scared stoner, and they're like, this is a horrible depiction to be giving black people.
I never thought about that
It's like very insulting,
That's fair.
Fuck.
Which is hilarious,
Damn.
Let's have like the least, I don't know, virtuous character in the show be the only one to turn black. Why not?
They should have made Fred black, dude. They changed like every character except for Fred.
I was about to say, I was just thinking they could have made Fred black instead. That would have made slightly more sense, I guess.
I mean, it wouldn't have made sense, but would have been less like potentially problematic.
None of it makes sense to me. Nico was telling me about it earlier, and I just thought it was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. I've
heard bits and snippets of the story. I don't know what the whole deal is. Nico, can you explain to me what's going on with all this Scooby-Doo shit I'm hearing about?
Shaggy's black now. Velma's black and a lesbian.
Oh, she's black and a lesbian?
What is she in? Where is this happening?
Daphne is now Asian.
What?
Yep.
Where is this happening?
I don't know, man. I've just been seeing on Reddit intermittently.
Gotcha.
Wait.
Well...
So Velma is black
Scooby-Doo
and
isn't
lesbian?
there anymore.
Why is Daphne...
Velma's lesbian.
I mean, why do any of it?
Sorry. But, yeah, no, before you said she was just lesbian. Unless I missed the black part, but...
She's also black.
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned that
I think
earlier.
she's Indian, because the voice actor is...
Never mind, she's Indian and lesbian then.
What the... Wait, which kind of Indian? Are we talking Native American Indian or Asian Indian?
No, the real ones.
What do you mean the real ones?
What do you mean? What do I mean, the real ones?
Never mind, we're moving on.
Moving right along, Tanner and fucking Dylan here. You boys were big into Magic the Gathering back in the day, correct?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I played it.
Well,
fantastic. That's good enough for me, I guess.
Well,
so have you heard about the recent drama going on with Magic this last week?
I think you're overestimating how much I still pay attention to Magic.
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna be honest. When you wrote in the topic channel the sheer audacity of MTG, my brain jumped to Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I thought this was gonna be a more interesting topic.
No, unfortunately not. It's fairly interesting, though. Don't you worry, Tanner. You see, Magic the Gathering, they're currently undergoing their 30-year anniversary. Can you believe it? That's pretty fucking sweet, dude. Pretty fucking sweet.
Awesome.
Give them a round of applause for lasting this long, man. So, to celebrate, they've decided to release these special anniversary packs, okay? They come with special reprints for a bunch of their older cards.
Yeah.
Such as the mystical Black Lotus, boys. It's coming back.
Damn.
It's coming back in full swing.
That won't piss anyone off at all.
That'll make a lot.
Exactly. However, Tanner, don't you worry, because these are strictly reprints that are not tournament legal. You cannot use them in tournament play.
Nope.
So it's not a big
that
deal.
seems like they're making the worst possible decisions possible.
Don't worry, it gets better, Tanner. It gets better. You see, these anniversary packs, you get 4 of them when you buy the whole anniversary set, and there are 15 cards in each pack. And the whole thing is $1,000
Oh my
to get
God.
these 4 packs.
Wow.
And yeah, since they're booster packs, you're also not guaranteed to get any of the cards you want.
Right.
Bro, booster packs are like $15 or whatever right now. I mean, they might be higher now because of inflation, but yeah, when I used to buy booster packs, those things used to be like $15, and you could pull like a $25 card out of them and get your money back.
No, sir. I mean, these are $250 a piece.
That's fucking bullshit. The stupid thing about it is funny that they're reprinting Black Lotus, because I know that, and I checked more recently, probably not even a month ago, there's still a printed version of Black Lotus that is still worth $15,000, which is insane.
Yeah, those bad boys are... Yeah, they definitely could have used a nice little reprint here. I know that like Pokemon and Magic, they aren't as big into reprints as Yu-Gi-Oh is. They'll fucking reprint anything. But yeah, if you want to get yourself a Black Lotus, now's the time to do it, boys.
No, I'm not that crazy about it.
Is the company just allowed to declare something not tournament legal?
Yes.
I guess so.
Why are they in? Are they the ones who put on all the tournaments?
No.
It's entirely possible.
So here's how
that doesn't seem like a situation that's technically up to them.
Here's how it works: is that so there are tournaments you can just have just for fun, and then there are tournaments specifically sponsored by Magic the Gathering. There's another name they go by. It's like Wizards or whatever. Anyway,
Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. So
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So some of those tournaments are sponsored by them. So it does make sense that they can make the rules, and it's just strictly based on the fact of like, what can people do with this card if they put it in their deck? And since, from what I remember, Black Lotus is a 0 cost tap to add. I don't know if it's 3 of any mana in your thing. I don't know.
What it does isn't too important, Dylan.
Well, what it does is what makes it banned in tournaments. So that's also part of the reason, is people kind of come to a general consensus and like, this card's too broken to put into tournaments. You can do it for casual play, but
I thought the official versions are legal in tournaments, and Nico was just saying they're banning these reprints.
No.
Yes, these reprints you cannot use for tournament play.
Yeah, the originals are fine.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know, it's hard to say. The only thing I can think of as to why they wouldn't allow these reprints are that it looks like the backs of them have like a special design on them that just shows like the Black Lotus on the back of the card.
That would be why.
Which, like, if you're playing with sleeves, I don't see how that could be a problem, but like, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone goes to like a Magic the Gathering tournament with sleeves that look like the backs of Pokemon cards?
I'm sure they do.
I think they make them, yes.
That's a little fun.
Right.
Yeah. I can see now...
Pretty silly if I do say so myself.
I can see now how that's a problem, because even if you go into a tournament with alternate colored sleeves, you can't even do that, because it's considered cheating. Yep.
You know a lot more about this than you were letting on.
I had a lot of prior experience. I just haven't officially played in like years.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I used to be very heavily into it. Like, bad.
Speaking of being into it, guys, here's something I've been wondering. I don't know, like, Dylan, we were talking the other day about how you feel like you're not really a front man, you know? You feel like you'd be more of a side man type deal here. So, if we were to form a band, what instruments do you think we'd all play? What would our parts be?
Okay, hold on. So, first of all, what is front and side? When did we talk about this? I also don't know what that's supposed to mean.
It was on Friday. So, boys, what part of the band do you think we'd all be?
I think I'd
I'm
play the
already calling
trombone.
the drums.
Damn, I want to. Can we do double drums?
I don't think that would make sense. That actually would make zero sense, because the drums are supposed to be the beat line. If you have two people doing that shit, you just fuck up everybody
What if
else.
we...
Let's see.
be so
Here's
funny,
like
though.
a double-decker drum situation where like one of you has like a set of drums on the bottom, the other one we stack another set of drums on top.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would look pretty sweet.
It sounds like a good idea to me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was thinking more...
Or we could get a really big shirt and we wear it together, and I'll be the left arm of the drums and you'll be the right arm, and then we play one set but together.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. That would require a very special setup for the drums, I guess.
And then we could also have 4 bass drums with double kickstands on each one, and then we can do 8 beats, like 8 beat per second bass drum
I mean,
lines.
that's also true. What I was also thinking is we'll just have to do some kind of special Blue Man Group rendition of drums where it's like a 2-person drum set, and like it's just you got your portion that does whatever the fuck, and then my portion does whatever the fuck, and then we
It'd be like in one of those ergonomic keyboards, but a drum set.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, perfect. So it sounds like we've got some drums going. We've got a fucking trombone.
Nico, what would you play? I depict you as maybe some kind of like kazoo or maybe a guitar.
Oh
kind
Oh
of
my
guy.
god.
Maybe a slide
Or
whistle.
a slide whistle? Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Okay.
Interesting. However, an interesting assertion. However, I'm not entirely sure how the band will function very properly and be able to really make songs with this sort of setup here.
Hey man, you asked what kind of instruments.
It's-
I'm just providing answers.
Listen, it'll be our own genre called Guapish.
Just fucking chaos.
Chaos rock.
There's an
playing-
important piece missing here, however. I really do think that we need a choir at all times in every one of our
choir.
songs.
Okay.
I think we're all just singing the entire time.
we're all terrible at singing, though.
Well,
is the
well, like,
problem.
I'm not terrible.
I don't think
but
any
I'm
of us are
not great.
particularly. Listen, we're all terrible at singing.
No, don't lose
Each and every one of us.
No.
Each and every one of us do.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I have proof as to why I'm not a terrible singer. Just don't ask me for
Yeah,
it
Dark
right
sing
City
it.
proof, Dylan.
That's
Sing
not
right
kitty
now, dude.
proof. Fuck you.
Start singing right now, dude. Prove it.
I'm not gonna sing
Let's-
right
let's
now.
hear
I don't
some-
have any music.
Let's hear a song.
Dylan, sing Wonderwall for us.
No. That's a terrible choice to like have somebody audition for one thing.
Unfortunate.
You know
So
what's a
wait,
terrible
Nico, are you-
choice.
Nah, everyone loves Wonderwall. Nico, are you saying that you're gonna be a whole choir, though? Is that what your
No,
implication
I'm
was?
saying that we just need to hire an entire choir.
Okay, but what instrument are you gonna be, Nico?
What instrument I'm gonna be? I don't know, man. I'm not entirely sure.
Electric slide whistle.
Here's the
There we
thing,
go.
Tanner. I have no musical talent whatsoever
That
at the
doesn't matter,
moment,
man.
so I feel
Well,
like I
yeah,
can
none
really be
of us
molded
do.
into anything.
Put them on the bongos.
Ooh. What if we
That might
have...
be a little too much percussion
It's
to
a
have
lot
two
of
fucking
percussion.
drum sets and
Bro,
bongos.
tell it to the fucking Blue Man Group.
We get shit done.
I don't think they'd respond.
Well, you're not wrong, but you get the
What if
idea.
you play the Blue Man Group?
Oh, there we go.
Just have a compilation of their songs put together as your instrument.
What?
No,
if we
I was thinking like you have the Blue Man Group on stage, and they're like they're tied to poles, and then you like hit them and they make noise.
There we go.
It'd be
Okay.
like using human suffering as an instrument.
That was actually in an episode of The Simpsons. The bullies set up a fucking band, and they were all playing different nerds as their instruments.
Huh.
That's pretty good. That's a
Right, right.
classic Simpson book.
That's a
bit.
classic. The Simpsons did it already joke.
Damn. Always 15 steps
All right,
ahead
so
of us.
let's. How about this? Let's scrap the instruments.
Damn.
Okay, we're getting rid of them. No more instruments. We're a boy band instead now, guys. We're a boy band. What will each of our roles be in the boy
What
band?
does that even mean?
I'm the hot one.
Which of the roles are we in the boy band?
There are roles?
Yeah, Jackson can be the hot one. I'll be the one who seems way older than the rest of the band, even though he isn't.
I mean, you
Oh, there
fit
you
that
go. That's a
description,
good one.
though,
You're,
so-
you're the mature one.
yeah, well, not even mature. I just look old.
Okay.
That's fair.
Dylan?
Dylan, I think you'd be the sweet one.
Yeah, probably.
I was gonna say the token.
I like it.
Tanner, I'm also ethnic though.
Yeah, but you know.
Nico, you can't
I
even
know,
be more
what do I
spice. That
say?
makes you less.
Who's
less
more
ethnic.
passing? Come on.
I'm just saying, like tokens, like they only count if they're black.
There we go.
Okay. I guess so.
I just gotta hit the tanning bed more.
Okay,
There you
we
go.
go. Nico, are you the bad boy?
Bad boy.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not entirely sure I can pull off the bad boy.
You definitely could.
I think you need to be our bad boy. You know.
There are no other options.
Nico's the guy that doesn't give a fuck about the fans and just like, you want an autograph? Fuck you, and rips the photograph in their face.
Well, now hang on. I don't think
yeah,
I'd do that.
I think you do that.
I think we need you to be the bad boy.
Okay, I guess I can be the bad boy,
Oh,
guys.
thank God. I was
There
about to
we
say, I
go.
had a story lined up as to why I think you'd be it, but I don't gotta break it out now. Let's go.
Okay, we'll save that one for later, I guess.
Put that one in the
Those
pocket.
Slanderous lies.
Yeah.
So what, we got a hot one, the bad boy, the token, and the old guy.
Yeah. That seems like an unstoppable setup, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Really?
Because every boy band lasts, right?
Yeah, I think we
Right.
really give BTS a run for their money.
Oh, I forgot
yeah.
they existed.
Sounds like we're already doing our job then.
Here's what here's our strategy for songs. We just do like the exact same song, except we have like a different, very common girl's name each time.
All right.
So like our first song is Sarah, and it's like typical pop fare, and we just say the name Sarah a bunch.
Yeah.
And then the next week we do like Maria, and it's the exact same song, except every time we say Sarah, we just replace it with Maria. And then we keep doing that until, you know, every girl has a song specifically wink wink nudge nudge aimed at her with her name, you know.
Yep. Makes sense.
I think that could work out pretty well, honestly.
There we go.
It's an unstoppable strategy, and you know, obviously, people are will hit a point where people are like, "Oh my gosh, when are they gonna make my name?"
That'd be perfect.
And then people are going to get really disappointed when it's not very good, and they'll be very sad, angry at
No,
us.
it'll always be good because it'll always be the same.
Yeah.
We just have to.
And we can
God,
start
I can't
dropping-
wait for them to make a song about Jaquila.
taking song requests by name.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that really leads us on to our next question: is which one of us can actually write music?
None of us. Don't
Jackson,
even
I think you got
worry.
this one taken
Okay,
care
well,
of, man.
What the fuck?
None of us. I know how to write music. Hold on.
Jackson was big into poetry back in the day. That's basically music already.
That's lyrics, but
That's halfway to music, bro.
I'm talking
like
He
the
about.
took
same
music
thing.
theory back in the day. He
talking
already knows
about-
all them little notes and shit.
I'm talking about the actual notes and
Interesting.
everything, the rhythms.
Dylan,
The
that's not
rhythms,
what
the
boy
blues.
bands
What do you
do.
mean that's not what boy bands do?
Boy bands don't make their music.
I mean, that's also true. But, you know, we have to crack the music algorithm somehow. If it's going to be a song people are going to have to bear through for years to come, and we just change one name, then it's got to be a pretty sick, killer song, man.
Can I ask you guys a related question real quick?
Sure.
Yeah,
Lay
of
it on
course.
us.
So I'm looking at the 10 most common girl names
Okay.
in America, I'm guessing. I looking at this list, I'm actually surprised at virtually every single one of them. So I'd be interested to see if any of you guys can guess any of the names on this.
Okay.
Rebecca.
Let's see. Rebecca is not on there.
Megan.
No Megan.
What?
How about Sarah?
No Sarah.
Chloe.
No Chloe.
Fuck.
How about a girl names, guys?
Madison.
No Madison.
Mackenzie.
No Mackenzie.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know
Gertrude.
it's very weird. I will say Mackenzie maybe not the most common, but like I am very surprised at most of these that they're like the top 10.
Chelsea.
Emma?
Emma, there you go.
All right.
That's
Let's
that's the
fucking go.
second most common girl name.
Okay.
Emma.
Let's fucking go.
There's got to be like some ugly girl
Brittany.
name, like Bertha or something on there, right?
No Brittany. What did you say?
So there's got to be some like generic ugly girl name on there, like Gertrude or Bertha or something, right?
I wouldn't say so. So like one of these ones that really confuses me is number 10, Harper.
I haven't heard
What?
that.
Huh?
I haven't heard. I don't even think I've met anybody in my life whose name is Harper.
I don't know
Unless
if
it's
I
been updated
personally
in
know
3
anyone named
decades.
Harper
Yeah.
either, but yeah, that's crazy.
I've only heard it in
But,
like shows and shit.
The number one most common girl name is Olivia.
What the fuck?
Hot
What?
damn.
I haven't known an Olivia since like grade school.
I know,
Yeah.
it doesn't... To be fair, like, girl names over time have shifted a lot more than boy names.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you guys can guess what, like, the most common boy name is.
Dave or David
John.
or whatever.
Muhammad.
Abraham.
Alright, hold on, I'm pulling it up. It's
Mike.
not Abraham, but...
Nico, was it you the other day that was talking about like
What?
how some
that's of
guy
2021.
got upset
I'm
that
on
his name
old
was
time.
Mackenzie or whatever, or somebody was making fun of his name because it was Mackenzie? Was that something you were talking about?
We'll never know.
I guess we won't. I think he's leaving his room. I heard a door open.
Why'd he do that?
I don't know.
I want to look at of all time.
I'm guessing it was him because he was talking about somehow that he saw an argument about a girl making fun of a guy because his name was Mackenzie, and he's like, "That's a boy name," and she was laughing at him because she was disagreeing.
Let's see.
Oh my-
Alright, we got John at number 3
There it
and
is.
David at number 5.
Let's go.
So like you guys already named it.
Let's go. It's just that easy.
Nico, what were you
The number
doing?
one most common boy name over the last 100 years.
Muhammad?
Damn.
No, not Muhammad. I'm gonna guess this is in the United
Is
States.
it Mike?
No, Michael is at number 4.
What the fuck? We guessed 3 almost immediately. It took us like forever to guess girl names.
Yeah, you got all top 5s.
Damn.
Just by randomly guessing.
Anyway, what was number 1?
Number 1 is James.
Damn.
James. That makes sense.
That makes
Is
sense.
Jacob up there
Now
somewhere?
I'm looking at this, and it has the most popular girl names over the last 100 years, and it's completely different from the one I was looking at earlier. So I'm gonna guess that one from earlier was like of this year or
Probably.
some shit.
Did we guess
Yeah. But,
any of the names right on that list?
No, it doesn't. Well, okay, here we go. We got Sarah at number 10.
Here we go.
Other than that, no, I don't think so.
Damn it.
Unfortunate. What's the most popular one on that one?
Mary.
That
Ah,
also makes
That
sense.
makes
Oh.
sense.
That's
Also,
surprising.
very interesting. So, the top 4 boys' names over the last 100 years all have about, like, almost 4.5 million people named that.
Oh my gosh.
The number 1 girl's name, Mary, only has 3 million, and then every other name below that is 1.5 million or less.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, son.
So yeah, it really kind of just is a thing that boys' names have way less diversity. We kind of just use names way more commonly with guys than with girls.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Girls are just more unique, dude.
Maybe.
I don't like the implications behind that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm
Honestly, I think that we're all just carbon copies of one another, man.
there probably is some really interesting theory behind why like girls tend to have so much like tend to have more unique names than guys, because like it's very noticeable, you know.
I feel like it has
I guess
to do
it's
with
going to be your
labels.
homework for tonight, Tanner.
Which one of you guys? Which one of our names do you guys think is the highest on this list?
Jackson.
What?
I feel like Tanner is pretty high up there.
I feel like Dylan is very
Let's see.
high up there, just for the sheer fact that I know off the top of my head like 7 different ways to spell it, and that's
To be
across
honest,
both.
I don't know if any of our names are on here. It's the top 100 over the top 100 years, but I'm searching for them right now. Jackson is not on it. Tanner is not on it.
Spell Dylan the quote-unquote correct way, where it's D-Y-L-A-N. That's the most common way to spell it.
Okay, yeah, Dylan spelled the correct way is on there at 76.
There we go.
Nico is definitely not on there, but yeah, no. And is
Nico.
CO?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
No.
not on there either.
What about yours?
Damn.
Nah, mine isn't
Let's
on there.
fucking go. Yeah.
Dylan, your name is
Congratulations,
so
Dylan, you have
generic.
the least unique name.
I don't care, man. Mine's unique for the way it's spelled.
That's true.
That's fair. They gave you something to work
Yours
with.
is also unique in the way it's spelled, though, so there's also that.
Yes, sir.
Whose? Oh yeah, Nico's.
Yeah. No, I was saying this before. I don't know where you went when I started asking you this question. Was it you earlier, like a week or two ago, where you were talking about like this guy on the internet who was like complaining because like some person was making fun of his name being Mackenzie or some shit?
Oh, yeah. I saw a fucking Reddit post at some point who posted a thing on like Tinder on the Tinder subreddit because he was like, "Oh, this fucking bitch. She fucking asked me if I'm transgender because my name is Mackenzie. She thought I have a girl's name. Like, come on, it's obviously a unisex name. Just all of the comments were, dude, Mackenzie's a chick's name."
In his defense, Mackenzie, like, isn't that like Scottish for son of Kenzie?
Yeah,
Probably.
something like that. It's
So-
in the U.S. it's seen as a girl's name. In Europe, it's a boy's name.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say
okay.
because the only
You
other
should move to Europe.
experience, the only
Okay, here we go. I got my name. Tanner is coming in at 333
Jesus.
most popular name. So pretty high up there,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
see. I'll keep you guys updated as I pull them up. Keep talking about Mackenzie.
No, I was just gonna say
I'm done
that
talking about Mackenzie.
the only other time I can imagine a guy having the name of Mackenzie was a high school teacher I had, but his last name was Mackenzie. So like I don't really see how. I mean, I don't really see how it matters either way. But I think the reason that women have like diversity in their names as compared to dudes is because like when you're naming a son, the dad's all like, "Oh yeah, we gotta name him something that sounds cool and tough and manly," and then when it's a girl's name, it's like, "Oh, it needs to mean something," or like it needs to be a beautiful name, and like people just like fucking think they think any perspective you throw on a name, you look at it at a different angle. It's the most beautiful name in the world.
I kind of agree with that, although I think the logic behind guys is more like we just need to get him a name that he can get a job with.
That's also
that
fair.
people will not bully him for by rhyming.
I
I was
with
also just
naughty
thinking
things.
that. It was like the dads were also thinking, what name can I give my child that will not get him bullied in high school? Or like middle school or whatever.
Now, I am on the Social Security of America website.
Uh-huh.
It does not have Nico with 2 Ks, so I guess Nico does not exist. He is
Let's
not
go.
recognized by the American government.
Nico's
I can stop
Nico-
paying taxes finally.
Yeah, exactly. Nico with a single C is at 317, so a bit more popular than me.
nice.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Interestingly enough, though, he went. That name went from 259 to 317 over the last year, so quite a big decrease in popularity.
Oof.
That's baffling.
Have you
That's
found Jackson
baffling,
yet?
he says. Let me see, Jackson. I'm gonna guess Jackson is above both of those names.
I would imagine.
I would hope so.
Jackson, how
Let's
much does
see.
it bother you when people call you Jack?
A lot.
Okay.
It's not a big.
But I thought your
fan
father
of it.
calls you Jack.
He doesn't.
Damn.
Oh.
He calls me like fucking J-Rock and other stupid shit.
J-Rock.
I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier. This says it's 17th.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Well, there it is.
Crushing it,
There we
baby.
go.
I'm crushing it.
You are crushing it. Let's see if Dylan, with the way he spells it, shows up at all.
I don't think that's gonna be the case. You could try
No, it's not the
Dillon.
class. It does have that one. Let's see how popular that is. That is at 668th
Jesus
place.
Christ, that's a significant difference. What about this one's gonna be different, but I've seen this quite a bit. Try
No, let's not look into it anymore. We've been talking about names for so fucking long now. Let's move on to something
but it's
else.
interesting, Nico. It's cool.
What if I want to search my future progeny's name,
There we go.
Lazarus?
Okay, fine. But that'll be our final one. Search it up,
Alright.
Tanner.
Alright.
Let's see how popular Lazarus is.
And nobody's ever named their kid Lazarus.
That's not true. My the lady I am dating has said she has met someone named that.
That's pretty
They're
cool.
fucking lying to you. They're trying to get to your feelings.
Oh?
Popularity.
You sounded like you were so excited.
Yeah. I thought you meant
sorry
he
about
is
that.
the 666th name.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Jackson, what's your middle name?
I don't know if I want to disclose this on the podcast.
Nobody
Come
knows
on,
your
Dan.
last name.
I think they do. I think
They
we've said
probably
it
do.
before.
have you
if
said it
if they
before?
see it enough.
Oh, no.
Almost certainly.
There we go. I typed it. Don't say it, please. Thanks.
Wait.
Wait, we're looking at middle name.
Okay.
Whoa.
I know Nico's middle name. Tanner, are you okay with saying your middle
Wait,
name?
are those like both of your parents' names or something?
One of them is my dad or my dad's parents' family name or something, and the other one's my
Is
mom's.
there supposed to be a hyphen?
Oh, okay.
No, it's just two different words.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about you, Tanner?
It's like George Herbert Walker Bush. Do you know who that is, Dylan?
No. Wait.
Oh,
Yeah, George H.W. Bush.
yeah.
I don't know
who's
what.
that?
He's one of the presidents. I don't remember which one he was.
That's good enough for me, honestly.
Like
Yeah.
the
He was like 3 presidents ago.
What?
36.
No, he's more recent, isn't he?
Yeah, he was like 2 presidents. So come on.
He was right after Bill Clinton, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the 41st.
And that was in the 90s.
I was off by 5.
43rd.
Yeah, apparently.
Wait, am I right? It went from
George H.W. Bush, 41st president.
and wait. Now I gotta count backwards. Biden, Trump, Obama. Oh, Bush
Ben Bush.
Jr., Clinton, Bush Sr.
I don't know, man.
Wait, did Bush Jr. serve before Bush Sr. and
No,
then Obama?
he definitely didn't.
Great, now I gotta look up the fucking presidents. Why don't I know this?
George W. Bush just comes after fucking Bill Clinton.
Yes.
Okay,
George H.W. Bush was before Bill Clinton and after Ronald Reagan.
interesting.
Sounds good to me.
That feels so much longer ago than just 5 presidents, you know?
Right?
I mean, it was
The
before
towers
we were
fell
born,
during that time, man.
So
Yep.
Tanner, did you ever find Lazarus, by the way?
I didn't find it. It's not on there, I guess.
Damn.
Unfortunate. Your son does not exist yet. Maybe someday, pal.
well,
That's
that
crazy.
it would make sense that his son doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. Now, real quick here, boys. I want to talk to you about a little something, something. Tanner, have you seen fucking Wiglet yet?
I think I saw a picture, yeah.
Yeah, it was that
it's like
thing
a
you shared
Diglett.
to. You shared it to the text chat or the general chat, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so Wiglet has been finally revealed for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. He's going to be another new Pokemon coming to the game. However, he is not a regional form of Diglett.
He's
Yeah.
not?
Oh,
No.
Was that something that was thought before? I guess that would make sense.
His name is fucking Wiglet. What do you think?
Well,
He
yeah,
looks
but
like fucking Diglett.
normally when they change the regional variant of the Pokemon, they don't change its name.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Is it one of
he's-
those cases where it's like a whatever that Pikachu one is, where it imitates the thing?
No, it's just an example of like convergent evolution or some shit.
Oh,
Convergent evolution.
Is there
like
any other
convergence?
examples?
Ha!
this
Exactly,
happening?
dude. Conversion, fucking nice, Tanner. One big thing this does reveal for us, though, however, there's been a leaker going around for this game, like, ever since it's been announced,
Yeah.
and, yeah, apparently he's fucking right, and everything he's been saying has been 100% true so far. He
Jesus.
called this whole Diglett thing a long way back, so it's looking like it's for real, boys. This man has all the deets on the game, and he's revealed some nasty stuff so far.
Well, good thing I don't know
Is there
anything else about the
sex?
game.
Yeah, they're adding sex to Pokemon Jackson.
Jackson's considered
Oh, boy.
playing Pokemon now.
Yeah,
I'm suddenly getting Scarlet
there we
coming
go.
November.
I just finished Nico's pre-order today. We got the bundle pack. I'm gonna be playing some Scarlet and Violet. It's gonna be great.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
We're gonna play the game. Tanner, will you be buying it with us so we can all play it together?
doubtful.
Aw.
Doubtful. But Tanner, this is
I-
the first open world Pokemon game that you can play with your friends the whole way through, dude.
I don't
Tanner,
know,
don't
man.
believe him. It looks like shit.
Yeah, I ain't never played a Pokemon game in my life.
That
You've
can't
never played a
possibly be true.
Pokemon.
I don't think so.
There's
Not like all the way through.
what?
Tanner, are you some kind of fucking loser?
Jesus Christ.
I don't feel like one.
Well,
Tanner, you should feel like one because you haven't played a Pokemon before, dude. We gotta get you on the rock, bro.
No matter what you want, I will not be bent over the walk. So
This doesn't bode well for your future, I think, Tanner.
Nico's gonna fucking
Okay.
kill you. Apparently.
All right, that was all I had to say about the Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Jackson,
Yeah.
he's gone. He's not here anymore.
The delayed
Tanner,
response.
yeah, what?
what you want to talk about, baby? What do you have to bring forward to the class today?
Let's see what. Let's dive back into the fucking Guapish topics. Let's see what we got.
I've
here.
got one. Kind
Yeah,
of.
someone bring a topic.
I've got a
Somebody,
short
please.
one.
I'm dying out here.
So Tanner,
Alright,
I just
let's
have
hear
a,
it,
I just have a
then.
question for. Do you have TGI Fridays down there in Texas?
Probably.
this
I
fucking
don't
thing
know.
again.
Let me see.
Because okay, so here's the thing. Randomly on Friday, I don't even. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was Friday. I don't even remember. Maybe it was Thursday. Anyway, we were
Not important.
Anyway, we were looking for places to eat because normally we go find a place to eat after every single workout. So for whatever reason, Jackson randomly mentioned TGI Fridays, and I was like, "Bro, TGI Fridays would be a great place to go eat and all that shit." So I proceeded to Google if there were any TGI Fridays near us, reasonably like half an hour or less. And I couldn't find it on like the Google search where it pulls up the map and all that, so I just went to their website. And it showed the states in which they were available in, and Oregon was not one of them. And I was like, well, surely that can't be right. So I went to Google Maps and I typed in TGI Fridays, and I think I posted it to fucking the other chats here. Let me see if find the screenshot here really quick for you. Here we go.
I don't remember seeing that, but
I don't think I posted it here is the issue. So this this is the screenshot I took on my computer. The closest fucking TGI Fridays is in Boise, Idaho. There are absolutely no TGI Fridays that...
Yeah, I think COVID must have shut most of them down, because the nearest one to me is 120 miles away.
See,
in like fucking Waco or something.
And to my knowledge, TGI Fridays is supposed to be a pretty popular chain, but after looking at this map, I'm not so sure that's really the case, because like it looks like they're really popular in California, but I don't know. I guess I would kind of associate it with like TGI Fridays is just like another Buffalo Wild Wings or something. That's like the only thing I can associate it with. I have no other experience otherwise. So
I think it's just a restaurant that like weirdly gets mentioned in like movies and TV shows a lot. So maybe that's just making us think it's more popular than it actually is.
That might be
true.
But it was going to be an experience nonetheless. An experience that none of us got because they decided to not have any in Oregon or Washington or literally any of the other like 7 other states or whatever the fuck on this map.
They're lost.
Yeah, honestly though.
TGI Fridays, you just lost 3 customers.
Damn. We were looking forward to it too. Oh well. We're pretty big spenders too. That's real unfortunate for you guys.
True that.
But, alright, well, that's all I had to say on that matter. I just thought it was really stupid that it seemed really popular and there weren't nearly any on this map at all.
Alright, Tanner, save us, man.
Somebody
Save
needed
us.
to
Come on, what do
segue
you
us out of
got?
that. I don't have any more topics.
Oh well, hey, do you want to fix America's greatest problems?
Do we have enough time
I thought we already
for
did
that?
that.
We have more.
Well, we got a new problem,
have more
guys.
problems
You'd
we
be
have to
shocked
fix.
at how many problems we can come up with.
Who would have
Yeah,
guessed?
we can keep finding them. I'm sure there are plenty of problems we still haven't discovered quite yet.
Which one's this one?
Are you sure we haven't talked about prisons before?
We have not.
We didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
the prison system.
I don't really know how
I know exactly what we need to do about prisons, and that's the what we need to do is make up our fucking minds. The way I see it, there are like 2 main ways you can structure prisons. You can go with a rehabilitative structure, or you can go with a punishment structure. So basically, the idea is in a rehabilitative one, you basically criminalize anything that's like a quote-unquote antisocial behavior, and then you have nice fluffy frou-frou prisons that like teach people how to be better members of society and whatever. Or, and that's the system they have in a lot of European countries, or you can have a punishment system where you really only heavily criminalize like violent crimes, and then you kill those people.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
I'm a
kinda
big
liking
fan
that
of
option.
the latter.
Hold on now, Nico.
You don't have to kill. I mean, like, you put them in prison and it's terrible and whatever.
I mean, that's what I would think. That's kind of how I always assumed prisons worked growing up, but,
Now, we got, like, a weird hybrid system that does both of those things terribly, frankly.
I definitely think that if we are gonna have both, I think that the rehabilitative ones, like, I know that there are people who are, like, with, I don't know, maybe specific, like, murder or something. I know that sometimes people try to rehabilitate people who commit murder, but I really don't think rehabilitation is, really suited for that avenue of people. I think rehabilitative should be something more for, like theft, or maybe, I can't think, battery. Battery's not what I was thinking. Stuff that you're not, like, killing people or causing major, like, social disruption kind of stuff. I don't know what else to call it. I'm running out of words. But, yeah, the punishment should be reserved for, like, murders or, like, grand thefts or, federal offenses or whatever. I remember a long time ago my brother had this conversation. He's like, yeah, it was about the death penalty. He's like, Yeah, I feel like just people who get on put death row should just, not have to sit there because our taxes are paying for them to sit there. So basically, we're paying money to let people who murdered people live.
Mm-hmm.
So he just thinks that if you're in death row for killing people, like if you kill people, you should just die, and that's the end of the story. Our money shouldn't have to pay for them to live.
Now, Dylan, what do you think of like prison overcrowding, though?
I mean,
how do you suggest we solve that?
I am having a difficult time grasping what the issue with overcrowding in a prison is, especially if it's supposed to be a punishment prison. I don't see how overcrowding is like a problem unless it's like sheerly focused on the fact of like an inmate to guard ratio. I could see that being an issue, but I feel like living conditions for people who were living or not living were doing wrongful things to society. I really don't think they need to be that nice, if that makes any sense.
I mean, presumably they have some sort of a capacity, right?
I mean, yeah, I feel like you should definitely not over exceed it by too much. Have room to person ratio should make sense. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't.
Here's my ideal prison setup, and I'm definitely not stealing this from a Netflix movie I saw a year ago.
Okay.
So what you have is this big hole in the ground. And you have a bunch of floors where it's rooms, and in the center of each room it's a hole, and then this platform descends through the hole in each room, and it goes all the way down, and it has a bunch of food on the platform, and so every day this platform goes down, and people have to grab the food and they eat it, and then they're assholes, so they eat too much of it, so that by the time it gets to the bottom of the hole, the people who were randomly placed on that floor, they die.
Oh.
And then every month you gas the people and swap them to random floors. And then hopefully eventually they learn how to share the food and proportion it out, but they don't, and so they just die.
Oh.
Okay, so how does this replace our current system?
I mean, it's very different from our current system, Jackson.
But it's also just randomly killing people.
Well, you see, the lesson is they're killing themselves, and if they learned how to be socially cooperative, they'd all live.
Yeah, I was gonna say technically we're not the ones killing them; they're killing each other.
Mm-hmm. What if we just Hunger Games everyone? All our prisoners, we Hunger Games them.
That would make sense.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like we can probably put them to good use, we can run tests on the prisoners, depending on the severity of their crimes. They can be potentially deadly tests that they'll have to go through. So we can really figure out and understand the human mind a little bit more than we currently do,
Yeah, I agree with that. This is America. Everything should be entertaining at all times, including our prisons.
Yeah.
Why are there not 24/7 cable channels dedicated to prison footage?
Yeah.
And then we, introduce celebrity guest stars every week to, try and spice up the reality TV show that is prison.
Yeah, quite frankly, why are we still treating them like people?
Mm-hmm, right. We should make them fight pit bulls, all the pit bulls we don't want.
Dear God.
And we'll call it Prisoners versus Pit Bulls.
Yeah, there we go. We need to put a prisoner and have two fucking pit bulls invade a little house that we constructed for him. And he needs to figure out if he needs to shoot the pit bulls or hide in the basement from them.
Yeah, there we go.
Makes sense. I mean,
Dylan, what do you think of prisons being privatized institutions?
Privatized institutions?
Yeah, people are able to profit off of prisons. What do you think of that?
I mean, last I heard, I thought prisons just ran out off of our taxes, so how the fuck does that work?
There are private prisons, Dylan. People are very mad about it.
I don't understand.
In fact, most prisons are private.
I don't understand why.
That's actually not true at all, Nico. That is entirely false. I think it's
liar,
something
Tanner.
3% of prisons are private.
No, it's not true at all. Most of them are private.
I'm pretty sure it's only 1% of all prisoners are held in private prisons.
I think you have your numbers flip-flop there, my man.
No, I'm almost positive I'm not, and you're spreading dangerous misinformation and need to be canceled off Twitter.
I feel like they'd take my side on this.
Nah. They hate misinformation. It doesn't matter if it agrees with them, probably. Are you finding anything there, buddy?
Let's see here.
Are you feeling vindicated yet?
Long story short,
Unfortunately, I'm not, Tanner. I'm not.
if people were able to
that's
find a
crazy.
way to make money off of prisoners and it's just free labor, if they're getting shit done, as long as it's not immoral, I don't see a problem with it.
Unfortunately, Tanner, the liberal media lied to me. They've been fear-mongering me about private prisons for so long, I just believe them.
That's crazy, man.
Who would have
Yeah.
guessed?
It's good to know that you're on the side of truth and righteousness, then.
That's right. You've red-pilled me again,
it is
Tanner.
funny, like, how big of a reaction there is to the idea of private prisons when they're almost not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got.
But they're using prisoners as slave labor in the non-private prisons, Tanner. What do you think of that, though?
That sounds like.
What else are they gonna do?
That just sounds like
That's
regular
fair.
slavery.
I guess so.
Slaves used to be prisoners of other countries. I don't see how that's any different than what we're doing now.
Are you saying that slavery is okay to them?
I'm not saying slavery is okay, but if they're making these people quote unquote slaves and they're prisoners, that just means times haven't really changed at all.
I don't even understand the point he's making, but my larger point is just as simple as what else are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Like just sit in their cells? I remember when I was in college, and over the summer they like clean all the dorm rooms and whatever, and they had prisoners doing it.
Yeah.
And I think I asked him, I was like, hey, so a lot of people are real mad that you guys like do work and shit. What do you think about it? And he's like, man, I get paid and I don't have to be bored in my cell. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, buddy.
Yeah.
So, yet another issue that's being blown up into something it's not.
Yeah,
Herm, how about,
What brilliant counter argument are you about to throw at me?
while he
I think the prisoners just aren't treated right, Tanner. I think that they need more rights.
what rights do they need? They committed crimes against society.
The right to vote, Dylan.
Why would they need the right to vote if they committed crimes against society?
How can they even
'Cause they're
be
still
informed
American
about
citizens,
political
bro.
opinions if they're in fucking prison?
If we give prisoners the right to vote, they're just gonna vote to not be in prison.
Yeah, they're pandering to the political party of prisoners.
I will say, I don't see necessarily why we need to take away their right to vote, especially after they complete their sentence. Like, they should definitely get it back, but even when they're in prison, like, I don't know, like, most of them won't vote anyway because they're criminals, so they're probably the kind of people who don't believe in, the rule of law and voting anyway. But what exactly are we afraid they'll vote for if they're
wrong
doing it
party.
from prison?
You're just saying that because they'll vote red, Tanner.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what that means.
Criminals are notoriously right-wing, right?
That's right.
Is that bad?
I wonder if that's true.
Is it
I
bad?
hope it's not true.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find the political leanings of prison populations. That's probably not something someone has researched, right?
It probably has been. You'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised if we found a straightforward answer. The politics of prison, that's not what I want.
Here's the thing, man. One point I was going to
here we
state
go.
earlier is if they're going to be in prison and sitting around doing nothing, they could at least be productive. So that
Yeah,
was
they
one
can
thing I
at
was
least be
gonna say.
making us license plates.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
doing anything else, like however.
Survey of 8,000 prisoners' political views finds surprising results.
That sounds like a good enough sample size.
Yeah, that does sound like a good enough one. Let's see.
Let's hear it.
Long stretches in prison appear to be more politicizing. The more time respondents spend in prison, the more motivated they are to vote and discuss politics.
Interesting.
But what side are they on?
I'm trying to see. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be honest, this is a lot of text. Very small text.
You can just type in keywords into the search thing and see if you can find it.
I don't know what the keywords I would even want is.
Liberal,
yeah.
libtard,
Liberal.
red
Oh, here we
pilled as
go.
fuck.
Let's see. So, of white respondents, 36% identified as Republicans, 30% as independent, and 18% as Democrats.
What does independent mean?
Oh no.
Interesting.
Maybe we are the bad guys.
It is, in fact, true that Democrats are not going to prison. That's only because they control the fucking courts. and they get themselves off.
Oh, man.
True. So what you're saying is we just need to start saying that we're rampant Democrats every time we commit a crime.
Yeah,
and get away with
exactly.
it more often.
The prison system is inherently biased against Republicans, and that's just true.
Yeah, we have irrefutable evidence on that one now.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Yeah,
no other
fortunately,
conclusions that
Tanner's
could be
the only
drawn.
registered Republican here, so...
That's not even true, is the thing.
Well,
What are you then, a independent?
I don't think I'm registered as a party.
me neither.
I don't think Tanner's registered to vote at all.
I am. I have my voter's card.
Yeah, you and I registered at the same time, actually.
Wait, is registering to vote something you actively have to do?
Yes.
How do you know if you are registered to vote or not?
Well, presumably you would remember doing it.
I don't.
Damn,
Unfortunate.
unfortunate, Dylan. I'm assuming you're probably not registered then.
I get those voter things in the mail. Does that count?
No.
No?
I mean, I also get them, but I've never fucking voted.
I'm confused. I don't understand how voting works.
Unfortunate.
Vote, guys. Did I talk about how voting actually is important for you guys this year?
You
I
did,
think so,
yeah.
but I don't remember what we talked
Did
about.
I mention how important it is that I think even last time I didn't realize?
No.
'Cause
Governor
I
Kate
think-
Brown is off the ticker, Dylan. We can get her out of here.
Yeah. Well, dude, literally, not even that. Not only that, but what I learned this week talking to my grandpa, not only is Kate Brown not the incumbent, and so there's no incumbent advantage, the last, 6 polls in a row have had the Republican guy in the lead.
Holy shit!
And by Republican guy, I mean Republican girl.
No.
Is Kate Brown not
So
Republican?
your guys' votes actually would matter.
Is Kate Brown Democratic?
Yes. You're in Oregon. Of course she is.
She's a Democrat, not Democratic, Dylan.
What's the difference?
Yeah, they're all Democratic. Oh my god.
Funny so.
Being Democratic,
Um,
doesn't that just make you a Democrat? Isn't that how that works?
No.
That's like describing somebody
No.
with a word and you just use a different variation of the word.
They're a little
Unfortunate.
confused.
But it's not just a word in this case. It's like a proper noun.
So,
What?
I don't get. So,
I don't think you can modify the name of the party to then still refer to the
So
person.
saying that somebody is Democratic does not make them a Democrat?
I
No.
don't. No, because
So you
I
typically
think
don't refer to
technically-
somebody as a Democratic.
right.
Well, I'm not saying that they are a Democratic. I was just saying.
I mean, that's what you said.
I was saying she is Democratic, as in she is a Democrat.
See, but that's like a confusing sentence.
Listen, man, I obviously have
Because
no clue what I'm talking about
anyone
here.
who is literally any politician in a democratic system is democratic.
Yeah,
So it just makes more sense to just say she is a Democrat.
I mean, yeah.
Anyways, guys, go and vote for Drazen. I don't remember her first name.
You can't tell me what
I'm
to
pretty
do.
sure
I
it's
ain't just
Kim.
voting red.
Okay,
I'm gonna look into her policies, Tanner. I'm gonna do a lot of research on this woman.
okay. You can also go for the third party candidate.
Who's that?
I don't remember.
Me neither.
Governor Kate Brown.
No, it's not Kate. Kate Brown's all out of term.
No,
She
wait.
can't do it anymore.
Great.
But yeah, it's interesting. What happened is that there's a third party, an independent candidate who is actually very competitive this year, and she's pulling away enough of the votes of the Democrat candidate to make all 3 of them relatively even.
Aw, damn.
Hot
Yeah,
damn.
pretty interesting stuff. So,
So,
There you go.
yeah,
how
go
does
out
it
there
feel
and
having
vote this
a-
time, guys?
yeah, go out and, well, I mean, you know what, here, yeah, we're getting close to election cycle, so let's end the podcast on this little note here. You guys are going to be getting a lot. Shut up, Dylan. I'm making a speech thing right now.
Sorry.
Yeah, come on, Dylan, shut the fuck up,
I
Tanner.
made
This was
during
going to
your
be
whole-
important.
Yeah,
okay.
Tanner, during
I'm
your
trying
whole
to have
speech
a
here-
serious moment right now.
Okay.
Yeah, play the fucking Star Spangled Banner or something in the background during this section of the video.
Is that
Yeah,
copyright?
yeah. We'll do that or something, but a
Yeah.
trap remix. Keep it a little fresh.
Yeah, but have the fucking flag start to slowly appear on the screen as you increase the opacity slowly.
Yeah, of course. Anyways, so we're hitting election season out here in the good old US of A, ladies and gentlemen, and in the next coming weeks, you're going to have a lot of celebrities, media pundits, YouTubers, neighbors, etc. telling you to go out there and vote. And I'm here to tell you, maybe don't listen to them. If you don't want to vote, if you're not sure you're knowledgeable enough on candidates, then you shouldn't vote. It literally does this country zero good to have people who are uninformed and uninterested voting. If you were only going to vote because a celebrity told you to, I am begging you to save our democracy by not making your voice heard. If you need to have Tiffany Haddish, Brittany Chung, or some other celebrity whose name I'm making up right now tell you to go and vote, you are a threat to our democracy, and your voice should not be heard. Please continue to buy meaningless shit in super malls and Walmarts, because that's the best way you can make your disgusting, just gravy-filled mouth heard. But please don't vote, unless, like I said, you actually want to vote and you've done some cursory, research. But anyway, that's my message to you, the people. God bless America, and God bless Neil Armstrong.
I couldn't have said it better than myself, Tanner. That was amazing. Truly heartwarming.
Yeah, just don't be like me, basically.
Exactly, don't be like Dylan.
Woof.
I literally
There's still
don't know
time,
anything.
Dylan. You got 5 weeks to do your research and find out who you want to vote for.
I mean, I most certainly could, but will I is the question.
Probably not.
It's not that hard.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
not.
At the end of the day, Dylan, if you don't know who to vote for, just vote blue.
Okay.
That sounds like bad advice.
Just besmirch everything Tanner just said.
Yeah. Just cancel me out
See,
entirely.
everybody talks how blue is bad and red is good, but I know it's also.
Who says
I
that?
don't know, man. That's just something I heard. The
You can
general
also say
consensus
the
that
opposite.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that one side's good or bad. It's a matter of perspective. But I also hear people say that blue is still bad, so I don't know what to think.
Sounds
No,
like you're
blue
surrounded
is
by
evil.
some red-pilled cucks, Dylan. You need to get rid of them.
I'm completely red-pilled, I've listened to dozens of hours of the Matt Walsh show, and I've been exposed to the deepest dredges of gender ideology, and I truly believe that Satan has possessed the Democratic Party and is using them to mutilate children.
Well, alright.
Tanner's a red-pilled cuck, Dylan. Get him out of your life. He is toxic as hell.
I mean, what Tanner said kind of makes sense to me, but okay.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Anyway, thanks
Dylan's
for
too far
watching
gone.
Guapish. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You didn't
Bye-bye.
tell about the Patreon.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Listen, I know I told you guys not to vote, but there is one important way you can vote. With your wallet, by donating to our Patreon. Just $1 a month gets your name read in the episode. It gets you pre- and post-Guap shows, which most of the time we record, but we didn't today because fuck you. And then you also get 500 slime coin and access to the Discord. And what you can do in the Discord is you can proudly post selfies of you standing outside a voting location and holding up a little handmade sign that says, I didn't vote because I don't know what's going on. And I'll
can
look
even
at
see my
that
last
selfie. Huh?
You can even see
Yeah,
my last name.
we'll tell you Jackson's last name as well.
Oh man, security risk. Let's go.
And I'll send you a dick pic and a dick rating. Anyway.
What the fuck?
Assuming you're
Bye-bye.
18.